Scott from Chris Macabre.
Very Chris Macabre.
And Seth from Chris Macabre as well.
It is day 26 of Tobacco Advent.
This is
Merry
are you
Chris
guys
Macabre.
are you guys hungover with the holiday season as well? Well, happy Chris Macabre.
So as we mentioned yesterday, we have one more tobacco in hand. There may still be some coming, but don't send any.
Please.
This one comes to us from a gentleman named Jack Kelly, and Jack gets this tobacco from Rich's Cigar Shop in Portland, Oregon. So what he has sent to us is something called Bill's Blend, and it contains an ingredient that we had to go online to find out what it is and how to pronounce it. How's it pronounced?
Armagnac. It is not Armagnac.
Looks like Armagnac.
Yeah, pretty sure it looks like Armagnac. And Jack said
what it looks like Lane 1Q.
Yeah, so Jack said that he's just learning the ins and outs of pipe smoking, and like this guy is enjoying the adventure with his son. So that's excellent.
That's cool.
So he can't yet pick out the subtleties of pipe tobacco. And is hoping we can give some insight, and unfortunately, we're terrible at that too, Jack. So, but he's asking if we can tell him if it's like the Lane 1Q that we frequently purchase, and just from the nose of the tobacco and looking at it, it looks very 1Q-esque. It does have something else in there.
It may
though.
start life as 1Q.
Yeah,
but that's got some
Armagnac
in it. No question.
So it says Bill's Blend is a unique blend of Cavendish and Virginia with vanilla and Armagnac added. Light enough for all day and pleasant to those around you.
Has 1Q with something added.
Something in it?
Yeah. And that's a great way to end Tobacco Advent.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with 1Q with something else.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you. That suits me. Alright, so let's answer one more question here, boy. And
we didn't say what we thought of yesterday's tobacco. It was the English, the Bulls something.
That was from Seabates 55.
Yeah.
What was that called? Old Bowl?
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it because it was in English. I liked it. I used some more of those in my life. Let's go upside down this time. There we go. There we go.
Oh, I'm going to lose like 7 of them when you pull this.
That's right. I'll pick the best one.
Close enough. Yeah, you used to have a veto left.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to go back to the pile to pick the best.
Here's a good question.
Okay.
Here's good. 1 out of 3. What part of your work environment is your favorite?
Explain that.
Let me phrase it differently. What part of your work environment is your favorite?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
clear it up for you?
That was helpful. I've explained before, I'm a corporate trainer. And with that comes additional responsibilities, things that are not training, administrative work, things that have to take place on the computer or on the internet, responding to emails and working with spreadsheets and things. But what I get to do when I'm really truly in my element is teaching people woodworking and how cabinet and furniture hardware is used, what's expected of it, and that moment that somebody gets it and you can really see it in their face, suddenly they get enthusiastic and it becomes them. They get that information and it's theirs. That is, and it happens a lot. So I appreciate it every time it happens. That to me is the best part of my job and therefore my work environment. Helping people. And here's the thing. I'm helping salespeople help their customer.
Yeah.
I'm helping customer service people comprehend and empathize with the customer and what the customer's needs are. So to me, that's fun.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite one of the favorite opportunities that I have. A lot of what I do is not time. It's time constrained. Some of it, but a lot of it is not. A lot of what I'm doing is project based. And so I have a lot of leeway in how I approach my work. And so what I really love are opportunities where customers will call in with a unique problem that I'm able to dedicate more time to helping them pursue resolutions, to helping educate them on what to do than some of our customer service reps. We have a pretty small company, and they're constantly on the phone. They're constantly on 2 or 3 calls at a time, juggling between calls. I don't have quite that same burden, and so I love it when they send me a difficult phone call that I'm able to work with, because one of my strengths, we've talked about the Strengths Finders 2.0 book, one of my strengths there is individualization. And so for me, I understand that people are different, every person's unique, and every person's problem is a special problem to them. It's a significant problem, even if it wouldn't be a problem to me, right? And so just getting that opportunity to empathize with a customer in need is great. But as far as the work environment, I think what I like being at a smaller company is I enjoy bothering my coworkers at their desk, but why I enjoy that is that there's a lot of collaboration that occurs when I'm bothering them. When we're together, it's a very collaborative work environment. My desk, I'm at my office is at the far end of the hallway, and so people are not often down that way. And so usually I'm just getting up periodically and swinging by, and we'll talk through stuff and come up with some great solutions and just making things better. We have conference rooms where we do that some, but a lot of those conversations just happen in the middle of other work that's going on. And I love that.
Did you ever watch the fish videos?
Oh yeah,
or
I love those. Play, make their day.
Change your attitude and be there.
Mm-hmm.
Be there is such an important part. Being a part of people's lives, and but that job or that video is why I loved a company and left a company. The same reason. I was working at Target, was working in one store. Our HR department had us watch that video, and it's highlights the one of the fish wharf at the, what is that? Seattle Fish Market.
Fish Market, and it highlights one of
Pikes,
the
Fish Market.
Yeah,
Pikes, Fish
I
Market.
think that's right. It highlights their teamwork environment. They're the ones that if you know anything about them, they're famous for throwing fish and for just
having fun with each other and with their customers
while working, right? And so it's a video and a methodology built on that hey, it's okay to have fun at work. It actually makes you more productive if you enjoy what you're doing than if you're miserable. And that's a thing that a lot of businesses don't understand. And so, they showed us that video. HR department showed us that video at one Target store. I worked for 3 months, loved it. I got promoted into working like 4 other different roles within the store other than what I was hired for. And then I worked at another Target store that was the polar opposite of that. They would come down on people if you were talking. They wanted no fraternization between employees at all. They wanted, you can't talk to other people and be doing your job. They downplayed the importance of actually engaging with customers at all.
Wow.
And helping customers, because you have products to put back on the shelf, which is true, but you can do both. And so, I wasn't there for long. And part of my frustration in leaving is that it wasn't at all this promise that this video had made in my last job, in my last role.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's a local management decision to emphasize that.
It must be.
Or if it's not, if it's a corporate decision that's just ignored by local management. Which is why local management makes all the difference in a business.
When I was working at Shopsmith had 50 stores, and some of their stores were run so well. They absolutely engaged with each other and with the people that were shopping, and it wasn't just about, hey, can I help you find something, or what are you looking for today?
What are you building?
We were engaging with woodworkers, and so we talked about,
what's your project?
What are you building? What would you like to build? If you could have a dream shop and there's no limit to it, what is it you wish you could build?
And that's the very best sales question.
And you get that. You get that. Well, man, if I had everything, I would build grandfather clocks. Why? Right. Tell me about that. You know, and then you find out that, you know, that one of their earliest memories, like mine, was of a big clock. What is it that's holding you back? What don't you have? Well, you know, I don't have a planer, and I don't have a this and a that. Talk about that. Okay. Ultimately, we are there because we were selling tools, and the customers were there because they were looking at tools.
Yeah.
You know, and it was. But then you go to just a few of the locations. I got to say that Shopsmith did a really good job of hiring people that were passionate about woodworking. Right. But you had a couple of them where the managers were really accountants, and their interest was getting the customers in, then out. Yeah. You know, and getting everything, keeping everything, you know, fronted on the shelves. And it was, in those stores, there was no joy. And you could see it on the face of the salespeople and on the faces of the customers. Yeah. Those were ones that had, like, real high profit margins, but very low sales.
And huge turnover.
And huge turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was listening to a podcast with I believe his position, his title is Dream Manager, but it might be Dream Maker or Dream Coach.
Dream Weaver?
For Infusionsoft. It's a company that is a CRM for businesses and helps with marketing automation.
Customer relationship management.
And they have this as a full-time position, and it is this guy's job, his full-time job, to meet with employees, ask them about their dreams and aspirations, and help them develop plans to achieve those. And you know, one guy's dream was to get an Xbox, and so he worked with the plan for that, and they accomplished it in 4 months. And so he asked the guy, you know, what's another dream? And he said, now think bigger this time. He challenged him, think bigger. And the guy said, well, I'd like for my wife, we want to have kids. I'd like for my wife to be able to stay home. And he said, okay, well, what would it take to make that happen? The guy said, well, I'd have to double my salary. Okay, and what would it take to make that comfortably happen? Triple. Okay. And so they developed a plan, and within a year, the guy was $100 a month shy of having tripled his salary.
Wow.
He got promoted twice in that year. This is just one story he told. And the interviewer said, well, certainly you'll have employees that when they achieve their dreams, they leave your company, right? He said, yeah, but we would rather have an employee who is deeply invested and happy to come to work because they're achieving their dreams for 2 years than we would to have an employee who dreads coming to work for 5 years, or who's just mediocre coming to work for 5 years.
That's wonderful
and
philosophy.
So they may have turnover, but when they do, it's because their employees are happy. And what do those employees do? They tell all of their friends who are looking for work, who are qualified, about this wonderful company. So they're not hurting for employees. Yeah, it's really cool.
All right, so we are officially done. This is Tobacco Advent. Again, thanks for joining us. And like we already mentioned, we're going to take a little bit of time off. Not a lot, but a little bit. Finish our move out of our old home into the new home. Boy out of his apartment into his new home. And, you know, I got a national sales meeting to participate in. I've got a class. I'm not even sure where I'm teaching that class.
Figure that out.
Well, yeah, that's all part of this. Anyway, we'll be busy, but we hope that 2018 gets off to a rousing start for you. You have a wonderful New Year's coming up here shortly, and that you made the best of the Christmas season.
And thank you guys for making this a Tobacco Advent to remember. There's been a lot, probably more active engagement than any years past.
Yep.
And we've just been blown away by the support. So
it's been a lot of fun for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, what do you think of the tobacco?
I think it is 1Q like.
Bill's blend.
Yeah, I think it's 1Q like. It's not exactly 1Q, but I like it. It's a nice, smooth, aromatic.
Good end.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Works for me. All right, thank you very much. That was Jack who sent this to us. Thank you, Jack.
Jack.
And see you all again soon.
See ya.